popcorn. I'll pause it. I wonder what's really in a movie.
Stereotypes like these are so present in all the movies we see today. For instance, you've got the beautiful young woman swooning over the handsome young man. Sort of handsome. Anyways, a feminist group created something called the Bechdel test. They used this to see whether movies had really strong female leads or whether it was just the men with the whole show. You'd be surprised at what movies didn't pass this test, but first let me explain to you how it works. So, a movie needs three things to pass the Bechdel test. There need to be two female roles. These two female roles need to share a scene together, so they need to talk to each other at some point. When the two females talk to each other, it has to be something about, not men. And the movies that didn't pass this test, there's hundreds of them, but a few you'll know are Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Avatar, Social Network, Shrek, all the Star Wars movies, all the Lord of the Rings movies, Men in Black 3, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Crazy Stupid Love, Moneyball, and Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. So that's just one example of how female characters in movies are really played. Another thing that might interest you is that 1 in 3 of a speaking role is given to a girl or a woman. And that's really surprising, I thought, because generally I think of movie stars as being actresses, but that's not true. So we want to work on empowering our women in society, and to do that we need to start with things like movies and other forms of media, showing that women can be strong, that they don't need to just be sexy and beautiful all the time, and showing that they share, equal power with men, that, they could be a boss or a CEO or a really tough guy with a gun or whatever it is. So, that's something interesting to think about.
Have you noticed that in movies, all men are strong, tan, tall, big? The stereotype that our society portrays as a person. In Twilight, the third movie, New Moon, Taylor Lautner had to work out 5 times a week because the director wanted him to look a certain way. It shows that in our society, people value looks and strength compared to intelligence.
So far, we've talked about the impact of men and women and their roles in movies. Another important thing to think about is objects. Product placement has become a huge phenomenon in movies and other forms of media, but especially in movies. For instance, in the movie Transformers, there were 47 different brands that were all portrayed. What product placement is, if you don't understand that, is a company will pay movies and producing staff to use products like a Gatorade bottle or Nike shoes in their movie, showing them as being cool or something that, the right type of kids would have or the right group of adults would have. And this is becoming a huge problem because it's actually working. And millions of dollars are spent on product placement. Companies that do this a lot are Apple and Coca-Cola, and they all use this to enhance their products in the public eye.
In this presentation, we talked about men in movies, women in movies, and product placement.
We wanted to conclude by talking about movies overall and what you can do. We think it's really important that people become more aware of how movies impact their daily lives. So think about how many movies you've seen in the past week, in the past month, in the past year, and maybe how these movies have changed you and how you viewed other things in the world. We're thankful that you were able to listen to our presentation, and even though we're not here, we know, thank you.